Jeez, the hay fever is bad today. Really, really bad. Anyway, Apple Watch. I haven't worn it since the end of November. I'm not sure if you remember. I'm really stuffy. Give me a sec. Okay, a little bit better, I hope. Yeah, so Apple Watch. I haven't worn this since the end of November, so month and a half, basically. I've dumbed down my phone a little bit as well, so I'm very congested. I didn't realize until I started talking. um, I've dumbed down my phone. I'm spending a lot less time on it. I'm obviously spending a lot less time on the watch. But I want to, like I said yesterday, like I've been saying, this year I've got to get my health in order. It's not an option, it's a must. So I'm going to put this back on. I'm just going through, I'm going to delete pretty much all the apps off it, because I don't need them. Switch all the notifications off. Use it just for what I want, which is, you know, the health features, some basic health features. Like, I don't want much. I just want to keep it simple, but I need to make this happen. I really need to make this happen. I was about to go for a walk between jobs before, but Charlie had a longer sleep than normal. And I have this foot issue where if I wear my slides and walk long distance, it causes pain to the point where it's like long-term pain. I struggled to walk on it the next day. So I've just grabbed a whole bunch of socks and I'm keeping them in the office for when that happens again. Unfortunately, I'm not sure if you can hear though. I went to go take a quick break now and it is storming. So, oh yeah. It's alright. Food's been good today. Continued to be good. I'll keep you posted. So I was like, you know what, that's an excuse. Bit of rain. I can go out with a little bit of a drizzle. Here's what it is. I'm not going to risk a cold either, because I feel like I've already got something coming on. This is not just normal hay fever. Beautiful day, but a bit unfortunate. She's not going to fix that gutter. Look. Oops. See the gutter? Yikes. That's bad. That's really bad.
Hello all. It is Monday. Tim is back at work today, which means we are back into the, routine of it all. Isn't that right, Charlie? Are you eating something you shouldn't be? This grass! Get the grass out of your mouth! Oh, he really likes the grass. Hold on for grass. Alrighty, I got the grass. Anyway, I picked up the camera because we're having a beautiful storm. And that has resulted in this very cute little family of Willy Wagtails coming out. They have been learning to fly off our water tank the last few weeks. Now they're on the pool. Please ignore the disgusting colour of the pool. We're just going to admire the birds. Look, they're learning to fly. They were, the other day Tim was watching them just like try and land and then just completely falling flat. You see that little one there? And then there's... Oh. I know, the thunder. Hold on. Okay, the other ones have flown off. But you get this one bird. Oh, and a second bird. They're just so cute and little. And they're off. And that's way too zoomed in. Okay. Anyway. They're flying over my head. They don't want to be filmed. Hello. Hi, guys. Oh, they're just so beautiful. Anyway, we're having a very beautiful storm. Charlie's swing is getting wet. And, yeah. It's just a nice dreary day.
Hello. What's that? Look at that. Bite me and rude. Not going for a long walk, so I'm not going to wear my shoes. I just wanted to quickly get moving, because I haven't really been moving all day. Oh, I think this is a cold. Anyway. Movement's good. Movement is good. Look at this. I've just mowed here. Let's talk about that. I've just mowed here as best I could last week until the lawnmower belt broke. And I've just had this big hit of rain, and it's just laughing at me going, oh, you're never going to finish this. You will never, ever, ever finish this. Ever, ever, ever. But what can you do? What can you do? Can't fix the weather. I can fix the mower. I just gotta wait for a mower place to open up. Oh, hiccups. Something else exciting is happening, which I'll show you in a second. But before then, yes, I'm wearing the watch. Here's the plan. I'm going to give myself 24 hours to figure out if this is something I want to do or not. As a goal for this year, right? It's January, which is the first month. I thought, I'm very serious about fixing my health this year. And I've always talked about, but never locked myself into anything, doing a marathon. In no state to do that now. Have a heart attack. But there is an upcoming, they got a 21, a 50, and 100 kilometer run, walk, whatever, in October. And I'm thinking 10 months is decent. I'm guessing, I don't know. Pause that. I got some good news. Look at this. The grapes are changing colors, which is beautiful. I was actually thinking this whole time, like last year we lost so many grapes just because they weren't, oh, look at that. Look at that. Oh. Couldn't get through them. But the plan was, for me anyway, this year to harvest a whole bunch of the grapes and turn them into wine. Why not, right? But as part of my health kick, I'm off alcohol. However, one of the caveats there was I wanted everything to be made at home. And I feel like if I make my own wine, maybe I can celebrate a milestone down the track with my own wine, I think that'd be quite nice. So I'll see. Pivoting aggressively from wine back to the marathon thing. I used to love, when I lived nearer to the beach, I used to love taking the dogs and just do, take me a couple of hours, but I'd just do a 10k walk up and down the beach along the path. Beautiful. Absolutely loved it. Now it's been a hot minute since I did that. And that was 10 kilometers. And that was a walk. 2 hours, 10k's, I can handle that. 21k's is double that, and a tad. But again, this is October. I'm sure I can build back up to that in that time, no problem. But is that where I want to stop? 10 months to run 20 kilometers. Oh, it's a big achievement, sure, but do I want to stop there? Do I go for the 50? 50 would be a very big challenge. Marathon, I think, is 42k's. So this would be basically doing a marathon and change. But then my overexcited head goes, why stop at 50? And I feel like maybe that's pushing it. If I sign up to do 100 kilometers. Look at it this way, right? 10 months. That basically means each month I need to get 10 kilometers better. Because right now, 10 kilometers would be a challenge to run. I want to try and run it. That's the other thing. But yeah, I don't know. I want to lock myself in so that it's, like I sign up, the event is in the calendar. I probably will, I didn't look at the entry fee, but I'm guessing there'll be an entry fee. Pay some money. And then I've got a deadline. I work well under a deadline, usually, or with a very clear goal. So I think this will be good. I think this will be good. It's 5th of January now, I think. Yes, it is. Watch is back on. Ah, yes. Yeah, so we'll record an outdoor walk. Alright, why is the watch back on and what's different? So, it's been a month and a half of not wearing the watch. First time in 6 years, I'd say. 6, 7, 8, something like that years. And the reason I took it off, I was just getting overwhelmed. So I work in technology. I'm constantly talking about, learning about, doing technology. My watch, my phone, my TV, my everything was just pulling my attention. So what I've done, I've turned off all the notifications on the watch. Because if it's important, I'll see it on the phone. If it's not important, I don't need to feel it tapping my wrist constantly. If there's anything that I realize later on that is important, I can add it back in. But by default, day one, ground zero, nothing. So the reason I'm putting it on is because I do... Zia! Really? Egypt. I talked before about tracking data and having a bit of a data obsession about every little metric. And I don't want to fall into that again. However, I do think it will be important to track the basics. So steps. I want to try and get 10k a day, which I haven't done for a long time. My basic workout information. So, how many times a week did I work out? How long for? What was my heart rate? Things like that. I want to be able to track, especially if I'm going to be challenging myself to do a proper, marathon, a proper event. So it is back on my wrist after a month and a half off, and I just got rid of my watch stand. But I'm going to be doing it consciously. I'm adding things back consciously, slowly. I was listening to a video recently talking about digital detoxing. And they're like, look, it's not really a detox, is it? Because nobody really, if you're an alcoholic, you don't go, I've got to get off alcohol. It's causing me too many problems. And then in 6 months' time, I'm going to slowly add it back in. I'm going to reintroduce the toxin. So it was got me thinking. There's a lot of things I need to make a decision if they are toxic to my life, the things, or if it's the way I'm using them, or the way I'm allowing them to, hold their position in my life that is not so good. So I used to, when I was a kid, I loved gaming. About a decade ago, I kind of moved on from gaming to a degree. I got rid of the computer that I had, spent the money on a laptop that I knew would work for work. I'll do one more lap. And decided I spend too much time gaming. It's not good for me. But I was looking at the reports of my screen time on my phone. I'm not gaming, or I wasn't gaming, but the amount of time that I was sinking into social media, doom scrolling, just sitting there flicking, passing time, it was insane. And when I did get to game, I enjoyed it. I really enjoyed it. And I really, like I said,
I really enjoyed design. So what I'm doing is I'm reintroducing gaming back into my life. Deliberately, consciously. I'm not just going to be, any spare second going to be gaming. It's going to be deliberate. It's there to replace scrolling, which was not good. And by gaming, I'm not just talking about playing, I'm also talking about building, learning, drawing, creating my own games. So gaming was one of those things that I was using in a bad way, but I think there can be some positive things coming from that aspect and that hobby, that passion that I used to have. So I'm going to reintroduce it consciously. It will be a struggle to find the time, but if I found the time to scroll and waste time on social media, there's time that I am clawing back. So that's the lesson that I've learned recently. Sometimes it's not that the thing is bad. It's about how you use it, or what hold it has in your life. To some degree, obviously there's some things that are not good at all. But other times it's not so black and white. And it's just being really aware, really conscious, understanding what these things are, what they mean, what they're adding, what they're taking away, etc. Alright, I'm going to head inside, grab a cup of tea and go back to work. Oh wait, is Charlie awake? Can you... How am I supposed to let you in if you won't let me in? Silly dog. I think I saw someone.
Hi.
Who did I see?
He's helping me make dinner. He tried to sleep in. I had to wake him up at 5:10. He's not going to go to bed until after 8 o'clock now.
Late night for Charlie.
And Mum.
And Mum. Alright, bye.